It's Toby from Heavyweight MMA and Bert from Fight Talk in the US. How are you, bro?
Doing well, man, but I'm not in the US right now.
Close enough. You're from the US. You might as well be there. All right, today we're going to jump into it because, when I watch these videos, I hate people talking too much. I just want to know what they think about the fight. So, UFC 324, we're going to do some predictions. Pretty wild card. What do you feel about the card overall, bro?
I think I'm just more excited to get back to fights. Honestly, I mean it's a good card, but really it's been like several weeks of nothing. So even if it was a shoddy card, I'd be pretty excited about it.
Yeah,
But
well, luckily
yeah,
it's
I'm
not even
looking
a shoddy
forward to it.
card. So let's go straight into the top fight, man. So Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett. Interesting fight, man. I mean, what's interesting to me is Justin's such a veteran and he's a beast and he's an underdog against Paddy Pimblett, who really, I don't know if he's really proven himself yet. He got Chandler, but before that, did he really prove himself? That's the big question.
Yeah, I think he's gotten better every fight, but yeah, there's been a little bit of slippage, but he's definitely improved every fight, and it this one's a bit difficult because I think it's a toss up, but I'm strongly leaning one way, but it's definitely a toss up as well. Uh, I think Patty will win, but all of my logical breakdowns that I normally use would say that Gaethje's going to win, but I just feel that Patty's going to win.
Yeah, well, you are a bit of a tosser, bro. And
Well, last time we did this, I had like seven of my eight picks wrong, so you can't even do that without even if you try to get seven wrong, you can't do it. So there's something going on here.
Who jinx, bro. Anyway, if
Yeah.
we go into this one, man, the odds are Justin Gaethje is 2.85 to 1 in Australian talk or plus 185. For me, that's a better bet, considering, like you said, it's a toss 'em up. When I look at it, Justin Gaethje can crack. He's been tested, he's been battle tested. He's slightly older, he's 37 years old versus 31. But for me, there's a lot of openings for him in terms of the stand up anyway. So in the stand up realm, Paddy's got some big holes and big openings to connect with his jaw, which he leaves wide up in the air. Um, but the question is the kryptonite of Justin Gaethje seems to be the BJJ side of things. So that's where everyone's expecting Paddy Pimblett to kind of get the win is to take him down and submit him. But that's the big question. Is it a knockout for Gaethje? Is it a submission for Paddy? Because there's probably not anything in between from my thinking anyway.
Yeah, I mean that is the question, but yeah, I was thinking about that same thing, so I got curious and I looked up, what is Patty's takedown success rate and how often does he get takedowns? And it's less than one takedown per every 15 minutes. That's his average, and it's a 28%, which I was pretty surprised by based on what everybody was saying about it. So, uh, yeah, I mean, if he can take Gaethje down, Gaethje has great scrambles. When he hits the ground, unless it's Khabib, he's great at getting back up and moving and creating distance and getting to his feet. So I would say Patty's got to use the fence in some way, and if he can take a back, which would be a huge advantage for him, if he can get on Gaethje's back, then I could see more of a submission happening. But yeah, again, I'm giving logic against my pick of picking Patty, but I think it's a tall task for him to take Gaethje down.
Not only are you a tosser, you're a traitor. American picking a British win
Okay,
against
I switched
one
my
of the
pick.
all-American fucking heroes, Justin
I switched my
Gaethje.
pick. Gaethje will just change everything up. He's going to dominate, wrestle him to the ground. He's going to Khabib him, and end of the night. Yeah, ends the night early, round one.
Well, anyway, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, but it's on like parlays. So in the parlay, I put Gaethje, partly because the odds are so good. If they were closer odds, I don't know, I might swing either way. But in this one, 2.85 to 1, I think it's worth a bet on Gaethje. That's my way. And I'm choosing Gaethje by knockout. Yeah. Next fight, co-main event now, is Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. I don't know, man. This is kind of like a range difference in range fight. You've got Sean O'Malley who works range really well, long legs, long arms, can kind of keep people at bay. He's a bit of a sniper from the outside. Song Yadong, a bit of a brawler. likes to get in close and mix it up. Punches hard. He's got a few knockouts to his name as well. It's kind of the question for me is, can Sean O'Malley keep him at range and just snipe him the whole fight? Or can Song Yadong get in, maybe hurt O'Malley somehow, or work some more wrestling? What are your thoughts on it?
One, I think O'Malley really needs to win this fight, even though his two recent losses are to Marab. Sorry. I think he needs to win this fight. That doesn't look good when you've got 3 losses in a row, right? Or 3 of your last 5 fights or losses. But yeah, I would think he wants to keep range, movement, and whatnot. But I feel this is another one. I can't give a clear answer because Song is like, he's young, he's up and coming. He's struggled when he's hit the top tier. You know, like he lost to Sandhagen, he lost to Jan. But I feel like he's going to pressure in. He's young, he's hungry. O'Malley's had some losses. I don't know how he's going to come back, especially against a person who's like a lower ranking than the guys that he's been fighting. It's like, does he perform at the same level that he was performing? I don't know. That it's a bit of a toss-up, I think. I'm going with Song, but I think it depends on their individual performances. I can't give straight answers here.
Are you just going to be traitorous against every American in the whole card or not?
Okay, I switch. O'Malley?
Because
round 2.
I kind of like, I've got that, you have the gut feeling. I kind of gut feeling Sean O'Malley if he performs, but there's always that concern that he's a bit fragile. I don't know. I feel like his build is a bit fragile, tall and skinny, and quite a few of the fights he's been in recently and before he had injuries going into the fight. He hasn't been quite himself. So that's the question. Is he carrying an injury because he's because of the stature of him and that? Or is he 100%? They're going to say he's 100%. I listen to these guys a lot. I haven't heard them say anything about being injured, but you just never know. And Tim Welsh, his coach, he just seems like they're really taking Song Yadong seriously. They're really not looking past it. And that could be a smart thing to do, but it could also be that they have some concerns that they might be getting beaten. So it's kind of interesting. I'm going to go with Sean O'Malley to be able to keep the distance and score. But I think the odds on Song Yadong are good. Yeah.
Yeah, what are the odds? I missed
the odds in American terms. Sean O'Malley -220 favorite, Song Yadong plus 170 underdog.
Yeah, on that I would go with Song because he definitely has a shot to win. But I'm always just skeptical when you have someone who's on a quick rise like O'Malley, and he was performing so strongly, and then they lose. Like, how do when you're eager and hungry and you haven't reached that goal yet, I just feel like your drive in every aspect is higher. And then you've hit it, you hit that drop. Can you get back up to that point? And that's, I don't know. And Song hasn't reached that point, and he has lost and came back, and he's still climbing. So I feel like maybe there's more of a hunger there that would drive him. And so I'm interested to watch it.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, man. I think Song Yadong did well when he fought Peter Yan. And if he can, if he can keep up that sort of pace, could be interesting. But also O'Malley's very happy to be going back to a 3-round fight after having fought several title fights where you're conditioning, or you have to train for 5 fives, which means that you have to train a lot harder, takes a lot more out of you, more chance of injuries, less chance of recovery. So let's see. I hope he comes out 100%. It'd be sick to see him back in form, back in good form.
Yeah, not to drag it on, but yeah, if he loses, that'd be 3 in a row for O'Malley, right?
Yeah, but it's 2 against what people were saying before. Like the best ever, one of the best ever.
Yeah, Marab. So, but it just doesn't sit well.
Kind of counts as 1. And the question mark behind it is that he questionably beat Peter Yan before. So that's first you got to win over the current champion, and second, it's questionable. So people want to see, if he can get through this one, 100% he's fighting Peter Yan, probably at the White House.
That's a fight that I would love to see, is Jan again, him and Jan. Because the first time I picked Jan, I just thought there's no way. I didn't see how O'Malley could beat him, but then he surprised me so much in that fight. And so I would love to see that again.
Well, there's a lesson in that. I bet on Sean O'Malley in the Yarn fight, and there's the lesson: listen to Toby and not Bert.
The lesson is I'm literally wrong 80% of the time.
Okay, next we got Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Derrick Lewis in a heavyweight battle. Derrick Lewis is 40. Waldo is 34. Similar height, similar reach. Derrick's got a massive record. I think he's got the most KOs in heavyweight history as well. He's the underdog at plus 240. Cortez is minus 330. What do you think about this one?
I'm definitely going with Waldo. Lewis, I mean, he's old. He's still got power. And I'm always skeptical, like how does he keep winning? But he just happens to land that shot and he knocks people out. But I always think it's not going to happen, but it keeps happening. I think Waldo's more of an athlete. He moves better. I think he's more technical. I think he has all the advantages. But again, that's happened before with Lewis, and he happens to land one shot and it ends. So, yeah. Overall, I'm definitely going with Cortez.
Yeah, I think for me, I'll probably say with this one, I'll probably go for the favorite too, but there's always that punch. Cortes-Acosta is a technical boxing. Athleticism is good, but he's always got that. Lewis has always got that big right hand in his pocket, cracks people. So, yeah, I'm thinking Cortes-Acosta, but I'm not really so sure on that one.
Really? Hey, did you notice? I didn't know this, but this will be Cortez's 6th fight this year.
Jesus Christ! And
that's pretty.
In 1 month, he's fought 6 times. That's incredible.
Did I say month?
No, you said this year, but it's January.
Oh, right. Okay. Calm down.
That's amazing.
5 times last year. But
we haven't even had to show you. We haven't even had to show you, and he's fought 6 times.
We just got to the new year. I forgot we got to the new year. Okay, but it's the 6th fight. He had 5 fights last year. Okay, but when I was looking at it, nothing rang a bell like, oh, it's the new year. We just got to the new year. But I was like, wow, 6 fights. That's crazy. But it's basically 6 fights in a year. It's so close. It's basically 6. So just go with 6. But that's a lot of training camps to go through. So
if he fought 6 times in 20 days, that would be incredible, bro. That would be every 3 days he threw down. Like he just sees red for everything, bro. Someone doesn't hold the door open for him, he fucking fights them, bro. That's amazing,
bro.
All right,
take them out.
Let's move off that one. Women's flyweight, Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. I don't know, maybe I'm too old school, but I've got a fucking, I know, I feel like a bit of like I need to go for Rose. I don't know, Thug Rose, let's go. I just kind of wanted to win. And she's way low, bro. Underdog at plus 310. That's crazy, right? Like for her with a history of doing really well and winning titles and knocking people out here and there and just showing overall skills, she suddenly becomes a massive underdog, like against someone who's kind of a stand-up. I guess it's Muay Thai background. Like that Silver girl looks like a Muay Thai fighter.
That would have been crazy 3 years ago, but Rose has become like a 2-to-1 fighter. It's like win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 1. She's like, what? She's 14-7 or something like that. This Silva, I don't know anything about her. She's on a 13-fight win streak. She hasn't lost since 2017. Maybe I've watched her fight. I don't even know if I've watched her fight or not, but I just looked at some of her information. So it's just based on that. Here's the problem. Rose has some mental problems, okay? I don't want to be mean and rude and hate her, but she's a flip-flopper. Sometimes she's like, I'm super motivated. She's always super motivated. Then after the fight, she's like, oh, I've got these mental situations. I'm not Durka, So she's got stuff going on all the time. I never know when she's ready to go and when she's pretending to be ready to go. She's been fighting forever, but she's still young. I don't know how old she is. I think she's in her 33. Early 30s still.
33 versus 28. So it's different, but it's not too crazily different. But
it's not that big of a difference. But I remember being really young when she had long hair and she's fighting and she was super cute. And I was like, wow, I was super into her back then. But now it's been so long. She's been fighting this long. It seems like she's a 40-something-year-old fighter who's still around fighting. and she still has great performances, but it's kind of up and down. She also, she goes to decisions with a bunch of people that I think skill level are much farther below her. And Silva's hungry, 13 fight win streak, hasn't lost since 2017. So just seems common sense. It's common sense.
She used to be pretty with long flowing hair, but when you hang around with someone, they say you start to look like them. So now she's started to look a bit like
Just
Pat
looks
Barry.
like Pat Barry.
It's got
They
less
do look
desirable.
more alike than I would prefer for my
Anyway,
evening sessions.
to be honest, like I said, I've got some sort of weird old school loyalty to Rose, and I think the odds are just out of control. I feel like it should be a bit closer, giving her experience. So I'm always a DGen with betting, so I'm throwing a Rose Namajunas into some of my parlays already, ready to go. So I'm saying Rose. Thug Rose pulls out something, takes her down, grapples her to death, chokes her out. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, could be. Let's see.
Let's
If
see.
she loses, she'll have some mental problem why she lost.
Next fight, Arnold Allen versus John Silva. Now, John Silva was the next best thing for a while there until he got beaten. But for me, again, looking back at things, I'm a big Dan Hooker fan. It's hard being a Dan Hooker fan. He loses and he wins, but he got smashed by Arnold Allen. It kind of sticks in my head how hard Arnold Allen punches and how he kind of likes to throw down, doesn't get too phased when he gets cracked too. So I'm just thinking, is he really going to get phased by John Silva's power? Is he going to trade in the pocket and crack him back? I think this is going to be a cool, exciting fight. They're going to crack hard against each other. I'm just not sure who's going to come out the other end, but I'm going for Allen. Again, he's the underdog, 230 plus 230. Silva is minus 310. So again, it's kind of pretty high odds for Arnold. I think a few of these fights should be closer, and that's what's swaying me towards the DGen pick, the underdog. This one, 330 to 1 or plus 230 is crazy. I feel like it's an easy pick on Allen because this is a toss, and then the tosser might also feel like that. What do you think, Brett?
This one you're going to get wrong.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I agree with you.
Oh.
So whatever bet you put on, you should probably switch it because I went with Allen as well. But funny story. A couple weeks ago, Brendan Allen was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I was listening to that. The whole time, I in my head was seeing Arnold Allen. The whole conversation, I don't know, just something didn't click. And so the entire time, I thought it was Arnold Allen. And so I got to this fight, and I was like, based on that podcast, Brendan Allen really pumped me up for his mentality and what he had going on, how he's going to succeed in these problems with his losses. Something didn't line up. So I was like, well, I don't remember that about Arnold Allen and whatnot. But then today I went back and I looked, and I was like, so stuff wasn't adding up. It's like, I completely misheard, and I didn't read the thing, and I wasn't watching the video. So my entire view got skewed, and I mixed a bunch of information about Brendan Allen and Arnold Allen. So that's nice. But either way, I still was going with Arnold Allen. I've always kind of been a fan of him. I think he's more technical. I think his movement's better. Silva's going to be aggressive. I don't know if I can add much to it other than what you've already said. I kind of agree with everything you said.
I'll say Allen hasn't been too active. That's the only thing, whereas John Silva's been very, very active. That's the only thing that could set him back a bit. But I think he's got the tools to win if he can be sharp.
I would say my heart is more Allen, and my brain says Silva, and I don't really know why. I just got that little itch of Silva mentality, but I'm going with Allen. Sorry, I just want to sag a little bit over the fence so that when I'm wrong, I can say, hey, but I did say this,
Notice in every one, you just pick one with your heart, one with your head, and then just say, I've got both.
But Allen lost to what? Evlov?
Yeah, so he's a wrestler. He's lost to wrestlers, but
and
so he's not a wrestler.
What was it? Who else did he lose to by decision? He lost 2 decisions. Evlov and who else do you remember?
Why don't you have a look at that while I introduce the next fight? Because I don't remember either. Okay, so next fight we look at bantamweight. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davidson Figueredo, who we actually happened to watch over in Macau. Figueredo fought in Macau against Piotr Jan in it was just a solid match, but he was kind of outgunned the whole time. It looked like he was pretty much dominated in that fight, which lends me to think that he might not really have what it takes to beat Umar, and it seems to be reflected in the odds. The odds are huge. Umar is minus 1,600, 1,600, and Davidson Figueredo is underdog at plus 750. So it's crazy, like crazy odds. No one thinks that Figueredo is going to win.
I also don't think Figueredo is going to win. I missed that statistics because when I typed in the thing you told me to look, I typed in Brendan Allen like an idiot.
No.
So I really have a mental problem with this. It was, anyway, now I've got it right. It's Max Holloway. He lost to Holloway and Evlov, both decisions, which I think are obviously two high level fighters. And so I'm going with Allen. Anyway, back to the new fight.
Umar Figueredo. Like I said, the odds are huge. So what are your feelings on it? I don't even have anything to say. Figueredo would have to land a really lucky shot. I think he's going to get dominated in the ground unless he somehow lands in a top position during a scramble. I think he'll get outgunned on the feet as well, even though Nurmagomedov's not the best on the feet. He's kind of random and pretty hard to pick. And I think he's difficult. It'd be difficult to get a pick on, especially in a 3-round fight, because he's kind of offbeat and he uses a lot of high kicks, unusual sort of style, and he's not scared to mess around because he knows if it goes to the ground, he's going to be okay. I think this is going to be clear, like the odds say. I wouldn't even bother betting on it because I don't need to bet $100 to win $6.
Yeah, can you say again what the odds was? I missed that part.
Nurmagomedov is a favorite at minus 1,600.
Wow, it's that big?
Yeah. And Davidson Figueredo is plus 750, plus 750.
I mean, on those, I didn't check the odds. On those odds, I would put money on Figueredo because, I mean, how do you not put something on that? What did you bet on this one?
Nah, I'll leave away from that one. I'm too confident in Nurmagomedov, which everyone seems to be.
I'm very confident in Nurmagomedov as well, but those odds, that's crazy odds. You don't get odds like that very often.
Okay, let's move on because that one's kind of sad. I don't know how many of the rest of the fights you kind of have an idea on. We might just talk a bit about.
I stopped at Umar and Figueredo. I stopped. I didn't look down the card.
Yeah.
So
okay, I'm going to give a couple of quick ones. I'm going to pick the next one on the card that I have is Ateba Gautier versus Andrey Pulyaev. I'm just picking Gautier by KO, but I don't know enough about these fighters. It's just a guess. Krylov versus Bukauskas. Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. This one, yeah. Krylov's sort of not as consistent these days as Bukauskas. He's come and gone a few times. He's had some good results and he's been chinned as well. I think Bukauskas, he's a favorite at minus 160. I'm thinking that's probably correct, but I'd like to see Krylov win too. He's a bit of an old favorite for me. Any thoughts on that one? No idea.
I don't got much to say about it. Not familiar with
next one. If you look at the next one, flyweight, Alex Perez, Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson, my take on it is pretty limited too, but Charles Johnson had a win over Van. Van's the champion, so I'm going to say Johnson. Next one, you might have an idea on this one. Michael Johnson, lightweight, Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. Any thoughts on the old timer, 39 years old versus Alexander Hernandez, 33 years old, similar height, similar reach.
Dang, I didn't even see this on the card. I didn't click the early prelims. I didn't even know this was on here.
Yeah, it is a good fight. Like, it's interesting. Youthful aggression and wrestling versus a good striker, a good savvy striker. Thoughts on it?
Oh, this one makes me sad because I want them both to win. Dang. I think I'm gonna have to go with Hernandez, but Johnson is always game. You know, he surprises me sometimes, but I think that technically Hernandez he's better and more able at this point. but I would kind of like to see Michael Johnson, pick up a win. But yeah, I think Hernandez is the pick for this one. I didn't know that fight was on the card.
I'm thinking Hernandez too, just with his kind of youthful aggression in wrestling. I think he'll win, probably by points. There's a bantamweight, 135 pounds, Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. I think maybe Smotherman by decision. I think he'll smother him, man. And
Smotherman's gonna smother him.
And the next
good call.
The next one I'm gonna go the same, because the next one is Adam Fuggit. Fuggit versus Ty Miller. So fuck it. I'm going to say Miller's going to win, because I think he's a big puncher, and I think he's going to knock him out. I like to say fuck it, Adam's going to win, but I can't. I say fuck it, Ty's going to
win. Fuggett's lost 5 times. Okay. Miller's lost 0 times. So statistically, Fuggett's going to lose.
Fuggit is like 37 years old, and he's just gone, fuck it, I'm going to fight this 25-year-old.
He's 30. Dana, I know you're going to see this, right? Because you're always, into everything. Dana, I'm like 37. I've wrestled longer than Fuggit. I got 20 plus years. I sent Tommy my resume this week. It was pretty good. Okay, I'll send my resume. I can do it. I can perform. Fuggit, just pick me.
Fuggit, Dana. Yeah. Anyway, so 37. I'm just going to say, I'm saying Miller's winning that just by the age advantage. Undefeated streak for Miller. Youth on your side. Size and power. Thinking first round KO. I might even go back in once they put up the different betting lines and chuck something on a first round KO. I think there's a good chance of Miller fugging it up.
Fuggit's gonna fuck it. Watch your language.
Yeah.
Dang, 37. 37 on the early prelims. That is dedication. I'm impressed.
True. All right, man. That's anything else to say on UFC 324?
Yeah. You know what I do? One last thing. And that is... Rose and Grasso are canceled?
For real? I didn't know that. She's not fighting Grasso.
Right. They switched it. Sorry, I just popped up to look at the canceled fight, and Harris and Nunes, and then it was Rose.
Breaking news from Bert. Breaking news.
Rose Grasso. Yeah, it's not Grasso anymore. I would have definitely went with Grasso on that one. But Harris and Nunes canceled. It's sad.
Yeah,
I would have went with Harris.
That sucks, man, because that's not often that you get excited by the women's fights. Just being honest, you don't even know who what's her name, who Natalia Silva is. You're usually going to the toilet when she comes on the fight. So
I looked at her last 80 fights. I didn't know anybody.
So, yeah, that was Harrison Nunes was like a battle for the ages. Like Dana said, it's the biggest women's fight in the history. I don't know if it's quite that, but it's up in the top 5, 100%, like maybe the top 3, right? Like what other women's fights would you say are bigger than that other than Cyborg Nunes? I'd say that's a massive one. And Home Rousey. Who else would even be up there?
I mean, based on what they've done in the sport, I don't think anybody. Because, Kayla Harrison obviously was in a different organization, but people have been waiting for years. And what she's done in the women's divisions in other organizations, and Nunes and what she's done, I think it's got to be number 1 based on like what they've both accomplished.
Yeah.
Because, there's like Ronda and a lot of people that Ronda fought, but I don't think there was anywhere, no one saw anyone as an equivalent to Ronda in those situations. But yeah,
if there's anyone left on this, which there probably won't be, if there's anyone left at this stage, has anyone seen Ronda Rousey, how every time she throws a person when she's practicing, she gives up her back? I want to see her do it in a real fight.
Someone comment, because you just sent me another one today.
If anyone's made it to that level and they write a comment about Ronda's it's giving her backup, I'm going to give you $100 US, but only one person, the first person. So if
Yeah,
anyone,
wait, let me clarify. It's not just giving up the bat. It's in training. She does a toss onto larger pads, but every single time she does the toss, she over tosses, overextends, and the person rolls through. She just lands on bottom. So I'm curious, is this a judo thing? Because once you've initiated the throw, you already get the point, so she doesn't care. That's her normal habit. Why? I don't know judo, so I don't know. But it drives me crazy every time I see it. So someone please help me.
well, you don't know judo, but you've already established that you are a tosser, and the tossing expert should know. He needs answers. He needs answers now. So anyone who wants to write a comment about Ronda's doing weird throws and landing in weird positions can answer it, or just write any comment about it. The first person to do it can have $100 US from me.
Hey, wait, one conspiracy theory. The fight got canceled because they're going to move Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes to the White House.
Yeah, but I heard something about her like breaking her back or something fucking serious.
Ignore that. Ignore that. It's a scam. It's a scam. They're going to the White House.
Could be. That's a sick fight for the White House, to be honest. But let's see.
Yeah,
see.
That's why they canceled it. Kayla Harrison is the American. They want to bring her in, make a big show. They think
so if that fight was on, you were going for Nunes then, right?
No.
Yes, you were.
Harrison.
I
Is that what I said a couple weeks ago?
I don't know how Nunes could win, and you go, are you kidding? Are you kidding?
I know how Nunes can win. That's a different question. How can she win? I know how she can win, but if I had to bet my life, you're going to die if you're wrong. I'm going with Harrison. But we'll see. Okay. I'll probably change my mind by the time the White House starts here. All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for your time, bro. Take it easy.